guys hear me? Let's do a sound check. Um, let's do all types of checks. Not sure why that was the default view for you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know you guys are alive. What's up to everybody out there? Hope you guys are doing all right. Um, yeah, just let me get some feedback out there. Why and anything, just so I know I can begin. Um, they throw a lot of moving parts at you because that's what it's all about. The less you are able to focus on what matters, the easier it is for them to achieve their goal. Time and time again, you see this strategy being deployed on people. And, at this point, like I've been saying for a while now, people are the problem. The so-called good people. And just a warning, as we're starting out this stream, this is not going to be an upbeat stream. This is not a positivity rule stream. This is a reality is happening stream, and you motherfuckers ain't paying attention or don't give a fuck, or I don't know what's going on. And obviously not my regular viewers, because you guys are tapped in. But speaking in general, with regards to the human species, race, whatever, um, at this point, siding with anything except yourself is a fool's errand. Um, all I did over the past 5 years is try to educate people on the reality of what is happening. And the moment is here. All the CBDC talk and all that shit. I mean, you don't even hear them talking about that anymore. You just hear them talking about crypto. And that's because the expectation is that you understand that crypto is stable coins. So while everybody's waiting for their shit coin to pump, that was never going to happen. Because again, that was just a fool's errand. And, I don't know if anybody's aware, but anytime you follow the crowd, that's literally a fool's errand. So, as all the smart money keeps talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of that, the fake smart money, the popular money is really what it is, right? Because you're doing what the cool kids are doing, you're doing what's trending, you're not doing what's financially savvy, which is buying things when you can, not when you have to. So, I've been telling you people this, whoever's been watching, for years. It's 2026. I've been streaming since 2021. So it's 5 years solid of the same rhetoric from me. No foolology here. No sides being chosen here. Never tried to sell you a fucking thing because I don't really have any interest in that. And then even when I tried to sell you services, it was just not really my thing. And I'm pretty sure I figured out why. As we run into 2026 and everybody's out here lying, cheating, and stealing, I'm here to tell you what the reality of your financial future is going to be. For now, it's not going to be crypto, and it probably never will be, because the premise there is that people will make the right choice, i.e., people will want financial freedom. But that's dependent on people actually being educated in any aspect of anything. And people are not educated in any which way whatsoever. It's just the truth. People think they even understand AI, and they do not. I mean, Yeah, just people are dumb and don't have any interest in actually educating themselves. They only have an interest in being told by others what their education should be. And this is why you have a massive crowds buying shit coins and pretend coins and fake coins and all this shit while refusing and denying proper education in the sense that they're not following the crowd. They're not doing the same thing that's been done for the past 150 fucking years and the rest. But here we are. It's 2026. The currency debasing has hit hyperbolic levels. And, as I told you guys when I did my 50-year stream of the gold default, the United States, this was the obvious trade, right? Anybody with half a brain was riding this wave since 2015, which was the bottom on July 15th. I don't even need to pull up a chart. You can fucking look it up yourself and confirm what I just said right now. July 15, 2015, or around thereabouts, was the most recent all-time bottom for low, at least in our generation, or at least in this past 15-year epic. And here we are, 5,600 as the most recent high for gold. And this is an ounce, right? We're not even talking about half a pound. We're not even talking about a kilo. We're talking about a simple ounce. A gram of gold costs 150, 160 bucks. A gram. You don't even know you're holding a gram when it's in your hand. That's how fucking light it is. So, while you're out here following all these people that are supposed to be industry leaders and all this fake shit, it doesn't matter if it's crypto, AI, whatever fucking have you. If you're not the expert, then you're just being lied to. So all that shit people were talking to me over the past 5 years, talking about, oh, I don't got time, or people aren't going to be doing this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? Guess what, motherfuckers? Guess fucking what? In your new financial system that you have so duly elected with your fucking extravagant ignorance, you are going to be left on the side of the road with no way to even hitchhike to your next destination. Everybody's going to be chopped at the joints, not even the fingers, not even the turning joints. No, I'm talking about you're going to be a nub having motherfucker here real fucking soon. And what I mean by that is if you got legs and arms, you're going to get chopped at the hips and at the shoulders. That's literally what's about to happen to your financial abilities. And what you must understand is that as a result of that, it will carry over into the social aspects of life because everybody's a willing participant in the scam. I've been telling people for years, you don't need stable coins. You don't need fake fiat. But that is exactly what everybody chased. And that's exactly what everybody's going to get. And I warned you. And all I can do is laugh because I'm going to be perfectly fine. I'm not going to suffer any consequences of all this shit that's about to happen. But you are if you don't know how to code, if you don't know how to think, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't know how to live underground, online, you're about to be fucked in a major way. Because what's about to happen is that while everybody was out here sucking dick and wearing knee pads, thinking that somebody was going to come and save them and all this whole shit that I've been telling motherfuckers to not do, well, your day has arrived. And you don't even know it because you're so busy looking in the rearview mirror that you're going to literally be skull drugged and face fucked in a way that you've never experienced before. Because social media is the medium that is used to sustain such widespread stupidity. It doesn't matter what it is. People are going to jump on it and never educate themselves and take the narrative as face value. Here's an example that was just happening to me today. I have a problem. Somebody literally comes to my house trying to help me with that problem. And I understand, they're trying to be helpful and whatnot, but they don't understand that they're just fucking retarded. Because being helpful is providing some actionable advice. Not telling the motherfucker to go call on a third party to do some shit that he can literally do himself. So this is the human race in 2026. It's a bunch of leech riding, leech being, incompetent, incapable, non-learning motherfuckers that have no interest in their own future because all they want and care about is convenience. This is the future everybody has decided is the best. This is the future that your kids are going to be subject to. This is your future that you are going to be subject to. And here's the best part, it's not even the future, it's here right now. And, I'm not even going to sit here and try to educate people because that was literally a waste of my time for 5 years. So you motherfuckers can go look it up and educate yourselves. Pretty simple. And I will tell you what the protocol is called. It's called X402. Have fun Googling. I'm just going to tell you what I know and what's true. I'm not going to break down any technological aspects. Good luck figuring it out. And that's where we're at. Because if you don't know, don't worry, you're going to fucking learn. All those dollars you wanted, they're going to come back to burn you in the ass. Because here's the best part. Here's the best part of the systems as they are structured always similarly. So I don't have to know anybody. I don't have to prove shit to you. I don't have to do anything anymore because in 2026, I've already gone through, I don't know, 300 streams where I literally go step by step, show my research process, connecting dots, this, that, and the third. And motherfuckers want to still do the same thing, but just being stupid. So, at the end of the day, the choice is yours whether you want to be educated or not. It's not mine. I'm already educated. That's why I'm doing the stream and giving you bits of information because that's all people want. They don't actually want, in general, to be educated. This is why people are still chasing fucking monopoly money. Literally. So, what is the point of this stream? Why am I sounding salty or whatever? Well, again, this is just a warning stream because the system is already here. You're already in it. You abide by it every day. You do not have any interest in educating yourself in what the actual rules are with regards to money and what your actual rights are and how your rights are. Well, you give them away. Nothing actually happens. You voluntarily fuck yourself because you have no interest in educating yourself. That's literally how the world works. That's called manufactured consent because you don't have the capacity or the intellectual curiosity or inquisitiveness to say, hey, why is this okay? Even though all these instances prove that this is wrong as fuck. That's literally everything. I don't even need to be specific. So in 2026, you will start to eventually see what's going to be your financial future in the form of Chinese styled controls. Now, what does that mean? It's very simple. Google China social credit system, and you will fucking learn what's coming to you very soon. Because you were warned. People have been talking about it. This shit is not news, and it ain't even breaking news. You just don't know what the system is, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna play out. whereas I do. So again, X042. Google that, those four characters, because there's literally nothing that's going to save you from this except your ability to code. That's it. And if you don't have any ability to code, well, good luck, because you're going to wish you did. And I mean, that's really just it. The system that's implemented already and structured and set up is just seeking and finding the gullible dummies to participate in it. And here's the best part: people are going to willingly participate because my taxes, my roads, my all these things that they clearly see they're not getting, they're not benefiting from, they're not anything, but they're still going to volunteer to fuck themselves. This is the best part, honestly, because everybody's going to do it. I mean, I'm not, but everybody's going to do it, and they're going to do it with a smile on their face because they're clueless and are choosing to remain so, because ignorance is bliss and all that. Well, it ain't going to be bliss here real soon. And when you can't drive down the road without getting money taken out your account, if you're even able to drive down the road, maybe it'll make sense then, all the things I've been saying for the past 6 years. Maybe your incompetence in your basic human rights will ring true to your ear because you just haven't cared for so many years. All these things are coming home to roost in a way that nobody without any real education is going to be able to save themselves from it. So, what are you going to do when you try to buy something online and you can't because you're not registered to do so? And then you go outside and then you can't buy anything because everything is online and you're not registered to buy anything. Because what they're going to do is they're going to trick all the dummies into believing in the AI agent hype and this whole notion of how AI is independent of humans and all this and all that. I mean, hell, this reminds me. They even got what is it called? The AI. I can't remember what the damn thing is called, but they got this fake ass AI social media thing. And what you need to comprehend is that though the desire of that lie, because that's a lie, there is no AI social media. Like AI does not exist within some vacuum where you can just watch it live. Like that's fake. That's literally no AI that works that way. Okay? The notion there is that you believe that AI does not need human interaction in order to function. That's the goal for you there to persist and exist. But that's not how it's gonna go. Not how it's gonna go. I mean, there's a lot of things I want to say, but I really know it's pointless to say it because I already know what's going to happen. We just saw it happen with crypto. People are going to make the wrong choice. They're going to smile. They're going to hip hip hooray. And that's going to be the end of the day. Then they're going to be mad when shit doesn't go their way. And they're going to blame some furu or whatever. Never going to blame themselves because somebody didn't make 20-minute videos. So it's their fault. Like, this is society, in the 2020s. And hey, I hope you've been learning. I hope you've been listening. And I hope you understand that everything you think you know is a lie, like I've been telling you for years. People are now catching on to the fact that the population size is not what it is. Now, I don't know what else to tell people to help them figure out that everything they think they know is a lie because they don't know anything. All these things you get from books, you don't know who wrote that book. You don't even know that person that wrote it. You just know of some story behind them. Nobody ever checks the logic in anything, and this is why everything fails. So, at the end of the day, we're all just battling ourselves. And when we don't believe in our own instincts, we don't believe in ourselves, we let somebody else tell us what's right, what's wrong, what's this, what's that. Well, it's easy to be controlled in that aspect. It doesn't matter how big or bad you are, you're not, because all somebody has to do is tell you something to change your mind. And that's the end of it. Mind changed, energy changed, demeanor changed, no threat. Every human being in the world is literally under that same spell for the most part. I'm not, a lot of people aren't, but the mass of humans, they are. And that mass is literally the problem because they're going to be the ones that defend either political side. They're going to be the ones that defend the system. They're going to be the ones that subject themselves to all the negativity and smile while they do it. And they get mad at you when you tell them they're fucking crazy. So, this is 2025, guys. This is my solemn advice to you, and I will end the stream right here because there's really not much else I can say. You guys need to go look into X402. Understand that everything you read about it is a lie because the ultimate goal is for entities like Twitter and really any platform where people can be on it, Shopify, you fucking name it, spending money and doing anything related to social activity. You're going to have your ID. You're going to have to be doxxed, fully doxxed in order to interact with that system. And I don't just mean having a fake name to a credit card, like if you're got an X account that's pro level or whatever. Like, no, you're not even going to be able to have a fake name. And everything is going to be KYC'd. There's this thing called the travel rule. There's this thing called know your transactions. There's these entities called facilitators that are not going to be your friends, and they are all pretending to be your friends. Interesting question. What, if anything, does this have to do with RH or Pulse Chain? And that's a weird fucking question because RH or Pulse Chain, how are they even relevant? That's my question to you. Right? How do you hold on? All right, I'm back, guys. Ask yourself, are you worried about RH or are you worried about crypto? Not sure what that question exactly means, but I can tell you one thing for sure. You're thinking about it wrong. You're asking the wrong question. So I'll send you back to the drawing board specifically to work on that answer or maybe that question, whatever you like. But at the end of the day, right now, crypto isn't going to be relevant. Doesn't matter whose crypto it is. All that matters is that you understand the difference between real money and fake money. So whether it's in the form of digital or physical, it's the same. There's literally no difference. So if in 2026 you don't know that yet, I suggest you go back to the books and crack them, because all these little technological things that you've been ignoring for 5 years or however long you've been in crypto, they're going to become supremely important today, not tomorrow, and really not even in the future. If you don't know them by now, that means you got to learn them. And how long is it going to take you to completely understand these systems from inside out? probably going to take you a couple years, if not 4, if not more, because this thing has been around for 15, 16 years already. And so many things have been layered on top of it. There's no privacy. Like all these things you're trying to do in a quote unquote legal way, they're non existent. There's no privacy. The Fourth Amendment, or your basic right to human privacy, is non existent. So, are you really just okay sitting there while some pedos and homos dictate your future and your children's future and all these things? I mean, I'm not. And that's where the game ends to me. So while people are still here wondering about coinage and all these things that are really secondary to the issue at hand, I suggest you refocus your aim, because you're missing everything entirely. What I'm telling you is a symptom, because you're trained to make the wrong choices. You need to understand why. Get to study on, or get fucked. Peace.